Ever had one of those days when you wake up and you know you're about to have a day full of cramps, fatigue, and mood swings? Yeah, we're talking about that unavoidable monthly visitor, the menstrual period. For many women around the world, it's a regular part of life. But why does it often come with so much discomfort? Well, it's all down to biology. Without getting too technical, during your period, your uterus contracts to help expel its lining. These contractions are triggered by chemicals called prostaglandins. Higher levels of prostaglandins are associated with more severe menstrual cramps. So, it's not just your imagination. Period pain is a very real and sometimes very intense physical experience. But here's the good news. You're not alone and you're certainly not helpless. So what can you do when your period brings along its unwelcome friend, pain? Stick around to find out. Period pain isn't just a figment of your imagination. It's a real, scientifically explained phenomenon. Let's break it down, shall we? Each month, the lining of your uterus thickens to prepare for a possible pregnancy. If you don't become pregnant, your body needs to shed this extra lining, and that's when your period begins. But this process isn't as simple as flipping a switch. Your body has to work to remove the lining, and that's where the pain comes in. Now let's talk about prostaglandins. They're chemicals your body produces that cause many of the symptoms you associate with your period. Prostaglandins stimulate your uterine muscles to contract. Think of these contractions like tiny workouts your uterus is doing. Just like how your legs might ache after a long run, your uterus can also feel sore and crampy. These contractions help your body shed the uterine lining, which is a good thing. But they can also compress the blood vessels in your uterus, temporarily cutting off the supply of oxygen to your uterine muscle tissue. This is what causes the pain. It's like when you're exercising and your muscles feel tired and achy because they're not getting enough oxygen. That's why period pain often feels like a dull, throbbing ache or a series of cramps. Interestingly, the level of prostaglandins in your body is directly related to the severity of your period pain. Women who produce more prostaglandins may experience more intense pain. So there you have it. Your period pain is not in your head. It's a natural biological process that's linked to the levels of certain chemicals in your body and how your uterus works to shed its lining each month. It's important to remember that although period pain is common, it's not something you have to simply endure. There are many ways to manage and reduce the pain, which we'll explore in the next part of this video. Now that we've understood why period pain happens, let's dive into how we can tackle it. Did you know that making some lifestyle changes can help reduce your period pain? It might sound like a tall order, but small adjustments can often add up to significant relief. Let's start with diet. Ever notice how certain foods make you feel bloated or uncomfortable? That's because our bodies react to what we consume, especially during our period. To ease period pain, focus on a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. These foods not only give you energy, but also provide essential nutrients that can help alleviate menstrual discomfort. Also, don't forget to stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help reduce bloating, a common symptom that can exacerbate period pain. Next on the list is exercise. I know, the last thing you want to do when you're cramping is to hit the gym. But hear me out. Regular physical activity can increase blood circulation, which can help ease those painful cramps. And you don't have to run a marathon. Gentle exercises like yoga, walking, or even dancing in your living room can make a big difference. Finally, let's talk about stress management. Stress can intensify period pain, so finding ways to unwind and relax is crucial. This could be as simple as taking a warm bath, reading a book, meditating, or practicing deep breathing exercises. And never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. Restful sleep can help your body recover and reduce pain. Remember, everyone is different. What works for one person might not work for another. So it's all about finding what works best for you. Experiment with different foods, exercises, and relaxation techniques until you find your unique formula for relief. Remember, these lifestyle changes don't have to be drastic. Even small steps can make a big difference in how you feel during your period. So, a little tweak in your lifestyle can make your periods much more bearable. But what if that's not enough? Well, don't worry. We've got more tips coming up in the next scene. Stay tuned. When lifestyle changes aren't enough, over-the-counter remedies can be a lifesaver. Now let's talk about the relief that's just a short walk to your local pharmacy away. Over-the-counter, or OTC remedies, are non-prescription medications that can help manage period pain. They're readily available and can be a real game changer when aunt Flo becomes a little too demanding. One of the most common OTC remedies is ibuprofen, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or NSAID for short. Ibuprofen works by reducing the production of prostaglandins, the chemicals responsible for causing that pesky period pain. It's a popular choice due to its dual action of relieving pain and reducing inflammation. Another useful weapon in your period pain arsenal is naproxen, also an NSAID. Similar to ibuprofen, it works by blocking the production of prostaglandins. It's particularly effective for those who experience heavy bleeding, as it can help to reduce blood flow. While these OTC remedies can be a huge help, it's important to remember to use them responsibly. Always read the labels and follow the recommended dosage to ensure you're using them safely. And remember, not all medications work the same for everybody, so it's perfectly okay if you need to try a few different types to find what works best for you. If you're ever unsure about which medication to take or if you're experiencing severe pain, don't hesitate to consult a healthcare provider. They can provide guidance based on your individual needs and can help ensure that you're managing your period pain in the safest and most effective way possible. Over-the-counter remedies are simple, accessible, and effective. They can significantly ease the discomfort that comes with your monthly cycle, allowing you to continue with your day-to-day life with minimal disruption. Simple, accessible, and effective, over-the-counter remedies can be a great help, but sometimes you may need a little more. If your period pain is severe, persistent, or interfering with your daily life, it's time to seek medical help. Let's delve into the red flags you need to be aware of when it comes to period pain. Now, we all know that cramps can be a real nuisance, but when does it cross the line into something more serious? First up, severe pain. If you're experiencing pain that's so intense it's stopping you from doing your usual activities or is leaving you bedridden, this is a clear sign that you need to consult with a healthcare provider. Pain this intense is not normal and can indicate conditions such as endometriosis or uterine fibroids. Next on the list is heavy bleeding. If you're soaking through one or more pads or tampons every hour for several consecutive hours, or if your period lasts longer than a week, it's time to get medical help. This could be a sign of menorrhagia, a condition that can lead to anemia if left untreated. And lastly, if your pain isn't responding to over-the-counter treatments, it's time to ring the alarm bell. If you're taking painkillers as directed and your pain is still unbearable, this could be an indication of a more serious underlying issue. It's also essential to note that if your periods started off pain-free but have suddenly become painful, or if you're experiencing pain between periods or during sex, these are further signs that it's time to speak to a medical professional. And remember, your doctor isn't just there for the big stuff. If you're concerned, even if your symptoms don't seem severe, it's always worth getting checked out. It's your body, and you know it best. So don't put off seeking help. Period pain might be common, but that doesn't mean you need to suffer. There's a whole world of treatments and solutions out there, from medication to physiotherapy to lifestyle changes. Remember, your health is important. Don't suffer in silence. Seek help when you need it.